All right, this is Goose's Roadmap to Success video, and so the Guardian wanted to contact me to help figure out how to get Goose to be more comfortable around other dogs and get over his fear when going for walks about loud noises and going in certain directions. So he's built up some fear when he's going on his walks because of cars backfiring and going under an overpass on a busy street. So we primarily want to work on that. So I want to refer you to the video above this one for the bat training. Things that, just to highlight some key points, really what you want to focus on is his body posture. If he's loose, relaxed, his body's wiggly, he's nice and calm, he's walking slow, those are all good signs that he can greet another dog or move forward. Forward literally meaning towards getting closer to the dog park or whatever else he might be nervous about. If he's really stiff, rigid, that would be a time to remove him from the dog park, to have him not greet another dog, or just signs that he is unhappy or he's upset. So those are the signs that you want to take to say, like, okay, this is time for him to leave or to move backwards and take a break. Other things to be kind of note that we discussed off camera were when he does get to the point where you're comfortable having him go into the dog park, have him start greeting dogs outside the dog park, ask people if their dogs are friendly. You can tell them that he's in a training mode. That usually helps people understand what you're doing, and just mention, hey, I'm training with my dog. Do you mind if my dog greets your dog? Is it friendly? Have him kind of do like we talked about the analogy with the waves, like a high tide. Have him go over, greet the dog, have him walk away from the dog, have him go back to see the dog. So it's like pressure on, pressure off. So he's able to greet the dog, but it's not so long that he starts to get worried that he might get upset or something like that. So have him greet the dog briefly, walk away, go back and greet the dog again. And then over time, when you feel comfortable letting him off leash in the dog park, go ahead and have him only be off leash for maybe 5 minutes. Set timer. Do that for about a week or two, so that way he doesn't get to the point where he has a negative experience, and then build that up to 10 minutes. Do that maybe for another week or two, and then 15, 20, so on and so forth, until the point where you're really comfortable that he has been having longer periods of time of being able to play. It is better to have him stop playing and leave the dog park when he's having a great time than having to end because he got into a disagreement. You want him to be looking forward to going back and having only positive associations. Goose, come over here. Good boy. Good boy, Goose. He's a good boy. Good boy. Sit. So I want to remind you of our petting with a purpose technique. Every time you pet him, you're rewarding his behavior. So if he gets anxious or upset, that is a time to not pet him. So essentially remember that when you go to pet him, you're telling him, keep doing this behavior. I love this behavior. Good job. But on the flip side, you want him to start coming over to sit in front of you when you give him attention. So asking him to sit before giving him attention is a great tool. It's going to help him look to you for direction as a leader. If he sees you as the leader of the house, not in an aggressive way, we don't use dominance theory or anything like that, but if he sees you as in a leadership position, much like a parent is in, taking care of the kids, he's less likely to feel like he needs to protect you. He feels like you're going to protect him if something were to go wrong, and that's a really great thing. You don't want him to be growling and barking or doing anything like that towards other people or dogs, so this will help him a lot. Other things to take into consideration when it comes to him getting along with other dogs and things of that nature is to have a good posture. Make sure your shoulders are up, you look really confident, and you're feeling confident. When you're going out for walks, stand up nice and straight, feel confident. Use the leash technique of looping it through that ring, because then it'll snug around his body and you won't be able to slip through his collar. And when he starts to get nervous, just stand nice and confidently and keep walking. Just like what we did today, because that'll encourage him to walk forward. And the more times he gets experience going out and about and going under the underpass and things like that, the more confident he'll be on going out on these experiences, and he'll be less and less fearful over time. You can tell him when he's feeling really good that he's being a good dog, and go ahead and pet him during those times. So I don't want you to feel like you can't pet him for good behavior. Other things we discussed: kennel training, helping him relax in his kennel, start in short intervals, just starting off with tossing the treat into the kennel, and then moving that up into a minute to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and so on and so forth. Once you get up to 5 minutes, you can generally jump up to maybe 10, maybe go in minute intervals up to 10 minutes. Once you get to 10 minutes, you can definitely get to about 15, 20, and then so on and so forth, 20 to usually 30, 30 to in about 45 minutes to an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Once you get to 2 hours, you can usually start going up into hour intervals. Remember that if you come back and he's anxious or upset in any way, drop the time back down drastically. So if you're up to 20 minutes, maybe drop down to 10 minutes next time you have him go in his kennel. You can also change around the pace. So say you get up to 30 minutes in the kennel, he's nice and calm. Next time, just throw a treat in there, have him be in there for 5 minutes, and then let him back out. I found that over time, that really helps dogs move progressively faster by getting every once in a while a break from things always being harder to sometimes it just being nice and easy. Last, I just want to remind you that everything you do trains your dog, only sometimes you mean it.